Good morning, everybody. Welcome. It's Monday, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I'm not here at my usual time. Today's a holiday here in the U.S. It's Memorial Day, so I'm lucky enough to have the day off. And so I thought I would go live during the day. Normally I wouldn't do a live today, but I missed last week. I had something come up, so I had to cancel last week, so I'm so sorry for that. Give me just a second here. Let me pull this up on my Facebook, and we will get started. Okay. I hope everybody's having, if you're here in the U.S., I hope you're having a safe weekend. A lot of people go on vacation, they get away for a few days. And here in the U.S., this is the beginning of the summer vacation season, so a lot of people are doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and get the camera switched around, and we will go. Oh, I do see Kay. Hi, Kay. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad you shared. And that reminds me, if you like what you see, please take a minute, share my video. That helps a lot. If you stop by, at least make a comment. That also helps too. That helps it be more visible to other people, and it doesn't even cost anything. So it's a big help, and I do appreciate when you do that. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and flip the camera, and we will talk about a couple things going on here with Stampin' Up. Okay, well, last time I was with you, which was 2 weeks ago, we made this really cute masculine birthday card using the bow tie stamp and die from the Well Suited suite. So, and the winner of this one is Susan Johnson. So Susan, I will be getting this card out to you in the mail tomorrow. The way you win the card is by sharing and commenting, or sharing, and then you need to comment in the comments that you shared, because if we're not Facebook friends, I can't see that you've shared, and I want everyone who shares to have a chance to win the card. So I'm going to take just a second, show you a couple other things I worked on. A couple weeks ago, or since I was here with you last, Stampin' Up! Released a free digital download. It's called United Through Creativity, and it was to celebrate World Diversity Day. And this was one of the images in that, and this is one of the sentiments. Let me show you some other ones here. And they're in all different languages, and it's free. That's the best thing. So you can see they've, like on this one, it's when we unite our creative light, we lighten people's hearts. And they've done it in French, and they've done it in German, and the same here. And that must be Dutch. So this one here, you are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. I think that's a cute sentiment. And then it's in the other 3 languages also. So it's got several sentiments. This is some of them. I mean, there they are in some other languages. I had to cut it apart to get mine off. Here's a couple of other images, and I know that's in that download. There's some other ones that are great. So please go get it. It's free. You go to the Stampin' Up! Online store, and it's under the Sales and Specials tab. And what's really nice, especially most people at home have inkjet printers, and so the alcohol blends work perfectly to color in these images. So take a chance, take a few minutes, go download it, and when you're ready, then all you do is print it out on some cardstock. Our basic white cardstock, not the thick one, but the regular one, works. It's been my experience, works in most printers. So don't have any issues with that. And now I want to show you, I got a Stampin' Up! Delivery this week, and I wanted to show you, look at this pack of paper. Look at this. There is 48 sheets in it. Yes, 48 sheets. And double-sided 12 by 12. And it is, you can get it for $18, but you buy it with rewards from having a party. So it is just the best deal right now. But the trick is, or the caveat is, you have to have a party. So you'd have to have about in the US it would be equal to $180 party. So one side has pretty colorful prints, and the back sides are black and white. And I love black and white. So if you're interested in having a party, get in touch with me, let me know, and I will be glad to help you make those arrangements. And that's it. So 48, there's 4 of each of the designs, 4 12 by 12 sheets of each. This sucker's heavy, and like I said, look at how thick that is. That's 48 sheets. I can't wait to start using that paper. Okay, so today we're going to use this new bundle from the new annual catalog. When I saw it, I knew I had to have it. It is, these little designs here are reminiscent from some past Stampin' Up! Stamp sets that I've had. And I really kind of liked them, and I love how they coordinate with these dies. Hold on, I gotta get a drink here. Okay, thank you. So it's called All Squared Away, and then the dies are floral squares. And for the cards today, the card we're making today, we're going to use all of these dies, and we're going to use all these squares and the You Are So Worth Celebrating. Let me take a minute and go through what these sentiments say, because I think they're great. Happiest of birthdays to you. You are so worth celebrating. Like our friendship. Good things grow, and the best thing about today is you. And these little squares, this one has little hash marks. They kind of remind me of grass. This one looks like bubbles, circles. This one is some kind of wavy, looks like almost like hair, wavy hair. And this is it could be curly hair, but it also kind of looks like waves on the ocean. But I like this. I was excited to see it. And so it was something I ordered, and it came this week, so yay. I am going to show you how to put this card together. It's really pretty simple. There's a lot of pieces to it, but don't worry about it. It's not as hard really as it looks, okay? So we're going to start out, well, let me tell you first, the base is Daffodil Delight. And it is just half of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So it's 8.5 long, and it makes it 5.5 inches. And you fold it in half. And then this is going to be our layer, and this is just a little smaller. So that's 5.25 by 4, and that's going to be our where we attach everything to. So let me put that away. We're going to start out with the stamping, okay? And you can just use scrap paper. These are strips I had from a project. I've had these strips for a long time. I just keep whittling them down, but they're perfect size for this set, okay? So we've got 4 colors today. We have, what do we have? Flirty Flamingo, Misty Moonlight, Granny Apple Green, and Pale Papaya, okay? So we're going to start out and ink up these squares and stamp them. Simple as that. There we go. Didn't quite get there, but I'm okay with that. You know what? I don't think once you put the flowers over them, I don't think it's going to make a big difference. Okay, so here's my Granny Apple Green, and I did the one with the hash marks on it that kind of looks like grass to me. So I'm gonna stamp that in the Granny Apple Green. Perfect. Again, not even, but that's okay. These are kind of, sometimes these more solid stamps, because actually your design is from the negative space, not from the, you know, positive, for lack of a better word. This is the swirls, and this is the pale papaya. This is one of our new in colors, and I'm so happy to have it kind of a nice peachy color. Right there. So sometimes these stamps that have more surface on them, it can be a little harder to get a solid image. But again, with this small space and the fact there's going to be something on them, I'm not too concerned. And this is the Misty Moonlight. This is the last one. Let me put this right here. See, I think this strip of paper, this scrap, is perfect for this project because it's just the right size. Now I'm going to be using that ink again. I'm going to set this over the hair. Okay, so there we are. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out the white. Okay, you'd think cut these out first, but no, I found out quite by accident that you're better off to attach here and then trim around, and it'll become quite evident in just a minute. Let me get my Stampin' Emboss machine. It's on the floor here behind me. I should invest in the mini, but you know, I will just deal with this. And you're like, you storing that upside down? Yeah, that's a little tip I use. It helps keep the plate that warps. It just helps keep it a little more flat. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to die cut out the 4 images, you know, the white flower images on our flower, and I can probably get it all in one pass here. And I don't know, I may need a second one, but you know what I'll do. Let's see here, 3. And the nice thing is, it doesn't, as long as it's on the paper, it doesn't make any difference if it's crooked or not, because, oh, look at that. I think I got it all on there. Three, 4, let me see here. Okay, perfect. I think I can see paper all sides. Okay, you know, if I used a bigger piece of paper, this wouldn't be a problem, but I just am using up my scraps. And so we're gonna put this through, and we're gonna weave. There we go. Set that out of the way. I'm gonna just pull this bottom cutting plate off, and we'll get the machine out of the way. Okay, I think we're done with that for now. So here's the dies. I got a few things stuck in them. I'll clean them out later, no big deal. There's my trash here. And they're not real, my word is fiddly, in that there's a lot of pieces. You know, there's a lot of pieces, but they come out really easy. You can see how they just kind of fall out here. But the only thing I think I might have had to have poked through was the little dots here, but you know what? Those just fell out. Look at that. I'll just put that over here for now. Hopefully I won't dump it all over. Oh, let me get those out of the way too. You know what, I'm gonna take just a second and poke those out. Sorry guys. And then a couple right here. See, just kind of poke it out there. That has one in it there. Just use those holes there to push it through, and there we go. Okay, thanks. Okay, so now where are we at? We have this, and we've got our designs. And you know what? I was thinking, instead of stamping, hold on here, I'm trying to grab this piece of paper here. Oh, that pack of Designer Series paper. I'm trying to grab one. Here we go. You know, instead of putting these on top of this, you could put them on the behind, you know, put Designer Series paper behind them. I think that would be a really cool thing too. So just a thought. You could do these in colors and then put it on one of the black and white patterns. I think that would work too. Okay, I want to grab a piece of paper to keep glue off my mat here. And what I found is, see these squares, the first time I stamped them, I cut them out, planning to adhere it to the back. Wrong answer, because you know what? They are exactly the size of the opening. See? There's really not much overlap to attach them to. So I found it was easier to put them on here and then just kind of trim around them with your snips, okay? So, and I'm going to use my Tombow adhesive for this. You know what, I might end up having to get out another bottle here, but let's see. We'll see how far we can go. Whoops, this is not the one I want on there. This is the one. Let me pull that, put the card back in the shot. There you go. So, see, and I'll glue it on there, and it's just like the smallest little bit of glue. I try to get at least a little dot on the four corners, and then a little bit between, you know, in the middle to kind of adhere it down. And you don't need much. And you know what? I'm going to get my little tweezers here. I like these. I wish Stampin' Up! Sold them. But you can see that they grab without any pressure. I don't know exactly what they're called. But for me, doing something like this, it's perfect. Keeps my big fat fingers out of the way. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put this one on the Papaya. And I'm going to tell you, this Tombow glue, I like it, but a little goes a long way. And you gotta, it's kind of an acquired taste, and it takes a little bit of practice. But I mean, I'm just using the tiniest dot of glue there. Oops. There we go. There's that. Okay. Which one did I have on the green? I had this one. Okay. So if you're in the US, I hope you have today off and you're enjoying it, doing something fun. I get to be with you all, so that's cool. That's fun for me. There we go. Just make sure your image shows behind the die cut, the white die cut. And lastly, this flower. And you know, watch your direction of your image. I had all of mine going horizontal except for that one because I just like, to me that looked like grass, and I thought I didn't like it sideways. Some of my dots are getting big. I may have some ooze there. There we go. See right here, you can see a little bit about where I didn't get a real good stamp, but you know what? I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me at all. Again, it's handmade. Where are my snips at? Oh, they're laying right here. So I'm just going to cut these apart here and trim around them, and then we will be ready to go. You know, I try to do a lot of cutting ahead of time, but you know what? That didn't work for this so much. But I'm just going right up to the edge of where that white die cut is. Then the next thing we'll do is die cut out those colored flowers. What is your favorite new stamp set or new product in the new catalog? I don't know. What's the name of it? It's the one that has, I think I like the gorgeous designer series paper that looks like it's kind of what is it called? It's got like water, looks like ink, alcohol, ink. Oh, it's got gold in it. I don't remember the name of it exactly now. I know I'm real helpful, aren't I? Now I gotta look it up to show you because you'll all be going, huh? Where's the, let me see, where's the index? Artistically inked, page, well, that's 97, but that's not the, here's the designer series paper. Oh, Expressions in Ink, it's that one right there. I don't know if you can see that, but I love that. It's got some beautiful gold accents in it. I think that's one of my favorite things out of that new catalog. So I can't wait to use it. Almost used it today, but then you know what? I was kind of not, this was the mood I was in. Something more along this line today. So, okay, I'm glad you like this set. Yeah, I saw it and I knew it was one I have to have. It like I said, it reminds me of some of the squares that I had to stamp. Reminded me of some old, for lack of a better word, Stampin' Up stamp sets from a while back. Okay, now we're going to cut out our little flowers here. Oh shoot, I guess I need this. Get all those off of here. Into my trash. This is the bad thing. I have one plate that I use for the bottom, which is nice because it stays flat, but it gets incredibly marred up. And then the paper likes to stick to it. Sometimes I put this, and you can see all the paper that's in it, the little pieces of paper. Sometimes I'll put this in the sink and I'll soak it for a little bit and then use a stiff brush and some of that'll come out. Not all of it, but that's okay. So now we have to do the flowers, do the die cuts for the flowers for this. So I just used some scraps, and we can probably get this all on at one time here. Let me see here. There we go. We'll do that. And these are literally scraps out of my scrap drawer. So put that here. Put one of these here. And put these two right here. Where's my top plate at? Oh, here it is. Okay, we're gonna run that through now. Get a little static built up there. Put those, don't want to lose all my little dies. There we go. That out of there. This. And so, yeah, sometimes because it's kind of marred up, it sticks on here, but you know what? Whatever. And I want this center on this green dot flower, and I'll show you why. Used my U-Pick tool a few times with this project. Sometimes I won't use it for a long time, and then other times I use it quite a bit. So, and there's actually 4 of those little flowers, so there's one there, so I don't have to run it through again. I don't know why they just didn't put 4 on that little bundle instead of 3, but whatever. Okay, where's my piece? No big glue all over. We're going to just start attaching these where they go. And again, I'm going to pull out these trusty little... But you know what? Make sure you know these... I learned these flowers are not symmetrical. So I'm going to grab it by that one so I know which petal it's on. And you would think this flower was symmetrical, but it's not. I'm going to just put that right on there. And then we'll put just a little drop of glue here. Oh, shoot. Okay, I knew that was going to happen. Let's see here. Try that again with a little smaller piece of glue, or a drop of glue. There we go. Because I want to put the little center back in. And here's where the U-Pick tool comes in so handy. It picked up that little piece of green. Just put it right back in place, okay? I'm going to let that dry for a second. We'll come back to that. Okay, let's do this one next. Have this pretty pink flower. Let's see. I don't remember if this one's symmetrical or not. Nope. I'm going to kind of figure out which way it goes. Okay, and I'll grab it from there. And again, little tweezers like this really help when you're doing small things. Okay, and on this one you can see I have a little yellow pearl. This was left over from a project I did. I have a little baggie with all these kinds of odds and ends in it, so I don't know why I had a bunch of these yellow pearls left, but I did. So I can put that right there. And that's the reason I wanted to put the green center back on this one, because I want to put a gemstone in there. But because I was all messy with the glue, I'm going to try to clean some of that up. This is a glue eraser, and if you don't have one, whoops, it's trying to move that. You need to get one. It does help. Try not to move that around. I may have to wait and do that a little bit later. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead though and put the rhinestone on there. One of these big ones. Problem was, if I had used a smaller one, I probably could have sat it right in the middle of the hole. But I have all these big ones, again, left over from other projects that don't get used, and it was just the right size, so there we go. I use that. Let me put that out of the way. Okay, so 2 of those are done. You can see where we're going. Okay, next we're going to put these on. These are pretty easy. These glue erasers are cheap, inexpensive. I've seen them on Amazon. I've seen them at the big box craft stores. I even saw some at one of those discount stores. I don't want to say any names, where everything is less than $1 or is $1. So in their craft area. So check it out. They do work. There we go. And one more with these 4 little. Okay, I don't want that, need that little circle on there, the little center. That would, I mean, you could certainly put something in there to embellish that, but that was just too much for me. I didn't want to do that. I think these are pretty symmetrical. I like how that goes off the edge of that square. You know, there's a lot of pieces to this, but it goes pretty fast. But what I did find is I had to put these 3 on, or at least, you know, these on first, because this top one will kind of overlap. So it'll kind of sit on top. So look at that green shows through. So I think that's good enough. That's good. Whoops. And right there. See, it kind of sits on top. There we go. Those are all done. Yay. Let me get this out of the way. Good. Now we can start putting them on here. And you can really arrange them in any order you want. I'm just going to lay them out the way my other one is. Oops. And this is where you'll start to see any trimming you didn't do well, because it'll show up on that opposite background. So it's a time to double check your trimming here. Got just a little piece here. Probably nobody would notice except me, but there we are. Okay, and so what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of put these where you want them. And then the next step we're gonna do is put our sentiment in. I wouldn't attach anything yet. And then put this down here and this down here. And just let them kind of sit there while you stamp, so you get it in the right spot. I guess the other thing that this would be good for, you could use the Stamparatus for this. So I think I might have, yes, kind of flip it over. We're gonna do it again. The Stamparatus would be good for this, especially if you were doing a lot of them. Then you could just, you know, stamp that center, you know, make sure you got it positioned where you wanted it to be, and put it right there every single time. But if you're only doing one card, I think I'm going to do another one of these, and I'm going to put different designer series papers behind them. That's kind of, oops, let me get that out of my way. Okay, let's try it. As one of my customers says, you got to commit. So I'm committing. There we go. Bingo. Okay, now we're going to put dimensionals on the back of those. And I am actually going to do a half of a dimensional in each corner, just because I feel like they need that support. I've cut a bunch in half already. So I would love to see some of the things. Okay. Now this is telling me my live ended, but I don't know that. No, I'm still going, I think. Oh well. We will finish up here. Someone asked me about the glue holder and the tweezers. The tweezers I got at a, I don't know, a craft vendor fair, you know, craft show. Somebody was selling them. I don't know, I think they were about $4. And the glue holder I got on Amazon. Someone has used a 3D printer to make those, and I think they're pretty cool, and it was pretty inexpensive. So there we go. If you're just joining me, welcome. If you like what you see, please share my video, and I might be sending this card out to you, okay? So let's keep going here. Just kind of make sure you get them kind of evenly spaced. Okay, put this down here. And one more. I know this cake, these are a lot of little pieces, but I just think it keeps, in this case, I just think it keeps the piece from getting wrecked, especially if you're going to send it in the mail. There we are. Yay. Now I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back. That startled me at first. I forgot I had turned it over. 4 corners. A couple in the middle, and we are ready to go. I mean, there's ribbon you could put on here, there's other embellishments, but I kind of like this just the way it is. And I chose the yellow for the card base so that, because I didn't have any yellow in here, I've got a lot of the other great colors. Okay, so let's put this on here. And that is really all you need here. Okay, there you go. And so this is the card I made using the All Squared Away bundle. I hope you like it. Don't forget to share my video and comment down below that you shared, so maybe I'll be sending this out to you next week. So until next Monday, which will be, gosh, that'll be June 7th, I will be going at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I will see you then. Take care, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.